I feel like I say this in every video, but video games are my favorite type of media. I mean, while yeah, I could go watch something like Breaking Bad or Transformers 1 for the 100th time and experience that in the linear way that the showrunners intended, or I could go play a video game where I make my own rules and put myself into a world that not even the best show or movie could do. Of course, TV shows and movies are drastically different experiences compared to video games, and that's obviously not a bad thing at all. But it's still something to mention, especially for what I'm about to say. Growing up, I tended to use video games as a form of escapism when I was younger, like many others do. But when you're young and full of those feelings, that will definitely go away with due time, but of course you don't know that, so you just gotta deal with it. And how I dealt with it was by playing Fallout 3. Fallout 3, while objectively not being the best Fallout game, that title still obviously goes to New Vegas, it's still an incredible game and is definitely worth all the praise it gets, and even its criticisms. I wouldn't say Fallout 3 is my favorite game of all time, but it definitely is the most important game in my life. The year is 2015. Fallout 4 was just released, and I saw all these videos about it on YouTube. I saw Let's Plays of it non-stop and really wanted to play it. Unfortunately, I didn't have a next-gen console or a PC powerful enough to play the game. But I did have a PS3, and I had a big brain moment and thought to myself, well, if Fallout 4 is just the fourth game in the franchise, then surely the third would be on PS3, right? Well, I was right. I remember going to GameStop to get the game that day, and then the guy working there asked to see my mom because it was M-rated and I wasn't allowed to play those games. But my mom, being the wonderful soul she is, got me the game anyways, and I was ready to set off on my adventure in the Capital Wasteland. As soon as I popped that disc into my PS3, I was greeted by this. It sets the tone immediately, especially with the title theme done by Einon Zur. Every time I hear that theme, I get teleported back to my bedroom almost 10 years ago. It never fails to put shivers down my spine, and I mean that in the best way possible. I can honestly sit at this main menu for hours. It's just that good. The title theme gives me feelings of nostalgia, regret, depression, you know, sad boy stuff. I played this game when I was 13, and around that age is when I started to become depressed and needed a form of escapism. Fallout 3 filled that role in my life. The gameplay was fun and addicting, VATS was refreshing, especially after all the FPS games I was playing at the time, and of course, the world and atmosphere. Fallout 3 nails that shit 100,000%. While Fallout New Vegas also has an incredibly engaging world, I think that Bethesda's Fallout 3 has more of a wide and explorable world, where anywhere you look there's something to see and go to. I love how as soon as you escape the vault, the game puts you in the middle of the world, and you look out over the scenic overlook and see a wide open world ready to explore. I love exploring the wastes next to Tenpenny Tower, the outside area of Paradise Falls, and especially the downtown DC area. There's something so special about exploring this wasteland because it always feels like there's something around every corner, and I especially love exploring with my trusty Chinese assault rifle. Or my untrusty Chinese pistol. Fallout 3 also has some incredibly memorable locations. Of course you have Rivet City, Megaton, and Oasis, some wonderful locations of course, but you also have these other locations that not a lot of people talk about. One of my favorites is Andale. As soon as you get there and start talking to the people, they seem uncomfortably friendly.
Hello there, stranger. Good to meet you. Name's Jack Smith. I hear you've already met my wife. Sweet lady, isn't she? But anyway, welcome to Andale, the best little town in Virginia.
You start to think to yourself, well, they're probably just really good people who want to help out some wastelanders. They mean no harm. But then you start to look around for a bit and see that there's a shed and a basement that require a very hard lockpicking skill. Also, there's this old guy that lives there and just says this as soon as you start talking to him.
What? How? How did you get in here? What are you doing in this town? Get out! Get out while you can!
Now, I'm no detective, but something is definitely going on here. Eventually, if you do enough snooping around, you can find the key to the basement and... So yeah, about that basement. Then if you head outside after doing this, the entire community comes out to confront you, and it leads to one of my favorite dialogue exchanges in the entire game.
Hey there, stranger. I've got something that I want to talk to you about. I couldn't help but notice that you're poking around in my basement. So, be honest now, you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? And did you see anything unexpected there? And do you have any thoughts on that? I'm afraid that it just doesn't work that way. I guess we know where the next meal is coming from.
I also love the fact that they're listening to the Enclave radio too. Such a great little detail they added. Speaking of the radio, I love hearing Three Dog on it as he narrates events that you partook in or just gives general advice about the wasteland.
News time, children. Not too long ago, I reported that a cat recently left Vault 101. His name is James. Good guy. Turns out it gets better. I got a new report here that says someone else has just climbed out of that hole. What the hell is going on down there? Revolution? Vacation? Somebody fart?
I love when games take notice of things that you've done during gameplay or even things going on in the world. It makes the story and world come even closer together. Oh yeah, the story. It's fine. It's really nothing special in my opinion. Even when I was younger, I never really was that invested into it, and that also goes for a lot of other people. Basically, your dad, aka Liam Neeson, leaves the vault. Everything goes wrong. Shoot the overseer in the face. And leave the safety of the vault and search for Liam Neeson. I mean, your dad. Pretty cliche, but acceptable for a story. But as someone who's never really motivated by story and instead gameplay, the gameplay of Fallout 3 is perfect for me. Shoot guys to level up so you can get stronger so you can explode more people. Of course, this game isn't for everyone, and definitely is not perfect, might I add. The dialogue system leaves a lot to be desired, most of the perks are just stat increases, the game has a lot of jank, you're either comically evil or comically good with the karma system, it's not really that hard of a game, and the game ran like ass on PS3, and I would know because I exclusively played this game on PS3 for years. But overall, I love Fallout 3. It helped me through the hardest time of my childhood life, and as I'm writing this video, I'm going through some more hard times, and reflecting on and playing Fallout 3 has helped me out a bit in that department. This video hasn't been the same quality as my others because it's a bit more of a personal project of mine that I've been working on, but I hope you still enjoyed, and more normal content is coming soon. Thank you.